Hi, good morning folks. Phil McPhail here with Debbie Holmes today, and today we're going to look at a property that if you've been looking for a shorefront lot under 100,000, you can't find one. Well, we finally found one for you. We're at lot 28 on Coffin's Neck Road in the town of Lubec. This is a 3-acre parcel with over 200 feet on straight bay. We're going to look at the forest here today and down at the waterfront. So come along, let's go take a tour together. Hey, before we jump on the property here at Coffin's Neck Road, let me tell you where we're located here in the state of Maine. We're in Washington County, town of Lubec, and if you live here, you're going to be the first one in the United States to see the sun come up every morning. So most eastern town in the U.S. Population here is just over 1,200 people. This is a very small town. There are some stores, groceries, restaurants, and and I'm walking this lot for this young lady today because she's got a little bit of an issue here going on. So anyhow, we're about 27 miles from the town of Machias. Machias is the county seat. There's a hospital there, a bunch of restaurants and shopping centers. University of Maine, Machias is there. It's all good. And then Calais would be the next city to the north. It's about 44 miles, also has a hospital, and it's a border town with St. Stephen, Canada. The city of Bangor is over 100 miles from here, about 2 hours and 10 or 15 minutes. Portland is about a 4 and 30 minute drive. Boston, according to Debbie, is 5 hours and 43 minutes right from here. So now you know where we're at. We're going to jump on this lot and go take a look around. Folks, we're here at the southeast corner of the property now. When you're driving in on Coffin's Neck, if you haven't been here, or if you're not here with Debbie or one of us, you'll see some flagging. There is a corner stake on the southeast corner, and there's a blaze line. We're going to follow this to the shore. Before we get going, as I always tell you, make sure you put on some safety glasses. This is a very heavily wooded lot, mostly softwood, and you want to watch your eyes. So let's go for a hike down through the woods. All right, we're just in here about 75, 80 feet off Coffin's Neck Road. And like I said, this is primarily a softwood. You will see a little bit of birches in here, white birch and gray birch. But the majority of the trees are going to be balsam fir and spruce. And this is kind of an interesting lot. The boundary line is off to my right here. And that is a painted line. As you saw, we were talking earlier about the boundary pin. So we're kind of parallel in the south boundary, heading westerly right now. This south side of the lot is a little more level than the east side. And as we come up through here, we have some hemlock in here. But again, mostly spruce, fir, and a few scattered hardwoods. You're gonna find this pretty rocky soil. Soil in here should be fine for building, but you're not gonna be farming this property. We're coming up on a kind of a nice knoll here. The elevations, if I remember right, run from sea level at the shore to about 60 feet above sea level on the other side of the property. So it's a pretty dramatic rise from the ocean. No worries about flooding or waves crashing into your house on this lot. As we're walking through here, we're seeing some really nice spruce. This spruce here, I thought it was a pine when I first saw it. It's about 20 inches in diameter here at breast height, and it's a beautiful tree. It's probably 40 feet tall. This coastal spruce can get pretty good size, but it doesn't typically grow real tall. If it did, it'd probably get blown over with the winds we have down here at the ocean. So we're going to continue on up over this hill and see if we can find the shoreline. So if you're looking at the topography of this property on the map that we'll put here on the screen, we're on the south end of the lot, not about 20 feet off the sideline. You've got this big ridge that comes up pretty quickly, and it's on the water side. Nice building spot. Like I said, I think we're 125 feet off the water from this location. Going to be up here on this nice hill overlooking the bay. Do a little bit of pruning of the trees. Maybe put a gazebo up on top of this hill. Be spectacular views. Looking across Straight Bay, most of that land over there is in conservation, so you're never going to see any development there. It's a really pristine place and pretty quiet out here. Can't hear any cars, or I don't hear any boats. I think most of the fishermen are out around the corner. So we're going to try to climb down this hill. It's a pretty substantial bank, and we'll get down the water and show you that if we can. Well, we made it down here to the shore, and I will tell you folks, if you are not agile, getting down to the shore here is going to be, you shouldn't try it. You can do it. Probably I'd work with the town, see if I could get a permit to put a set of steps down over this hill. It's a pretty short hill, but it's an extremely steep one. We're gonna have to climb out of here. We got 213 feet down here on the bay. As you can see, we got some islands here in Straight Bay behind us. It's really a beautiful setting. You come down here, you're gonna see eagles flying around. Can't see a house. I can't see a home in sight or a cottage or anything. So it's a very pristine area. We are here at near high tide. And this is a very interesting part of the world. If you're from the south and you've got tides that are 2 to 3 feet, tides up here in Lubec are pushing 20 feet. So if you can visualize that, this bay kind of flushes in and out on every 6 hours or so. It's really an impressive, there's an eagle flying across the bay, as we said. I don't know if you can see that, but he's soaring up over the island looking for a place to land. So yeah, this is just a beautiful spot. We're gonna climb back up out of here. We're gonna get up on this big cliff, and I think on this side of the lot, it looks to be 60 feet. I'd say that's that 60-foot spot, and it gets up to 60 feet in about probably less than 100 feet of horizontal distance. So you got an idea, that's a pretty steep hill. We're gonna climb out of here, go check that out. We'll talk about the region here a little more in a minute. Okay, we made it about 3/4 of the way up this cliff face, and this literally is a cliff. You can see the rock pitching away the ocean. We're about probably 40 feet above the water right here. Got another 10 or 20 feet. We're gonna have to skirt this vertical face here to get up to the top. I think we can figure it out. We're rock scramblers from way back, so we're gonna continue to go, but what a pretty spot. I'm gonna try to get us up on top of this cliff and see what we might see when we get there. All I can say, spectacular. It's a job getting back up here. This is one of those waterfront lots that even though it's got frontage, unless you can find a way to get stairs down there, you're not gonna utilize the water frontage safely. This is, it would be a hazardous walk to get down there. If you come here and you're gonna try that, make sure you know what you're getting into, because going down is one thing, getting back up, that's another. So anyway, beautiful view of Straight Bay from here. You can kind of see the panorama we've got. We're almost to the very peak of the ledge. We're near the center of the land. It's breathtaking, it's just beautiful. Water and islands and trees is all you can see from here. Really beautiful part of Maine. All right, we're up here on top of the ridge, and it does flatten out here. Not sure you could get a septic in this very ridge top. It looks like there's a lot of bedrock here. I'd plan to be back, like I said, on the back side of this where you got some soils, but you could put a little gazebo, maybe a platform up here just to enjoy the view. We're gonna keep walking. Let's talk about Lubec and things in this area. Quaint Head State Park is on the south end of Lubec, and that's a 541 acre state park. And many of you have probably seen the famous lighthouse that's there up on the cliff faces overlooking the bold ocean view. That park has about 4 miles of walking trail that follows the coast, and you got great views of the ocean and the big ledges and cliff faces along that part of the coast. Over here on the north side of town, off the North Lubec Road, is Pike Lands Preserve, and that's about a 90-acre conservation parcel. It's got Huckins Beach and a bunch of hiking trails there. This whole area is just surrounded by conservation lands, from the Cutler Bold Coast, or the Cutler Coast Public Reserve land is 12,000 acres. That's about 8-9 miles from here. And Cobscook Shores, it's a privately conserved unit of land over here on the south and western shores of from Whiting over to Lubec and Cobscook Bay. There's 15 separate pieces of land, all conserved, some with trails, just places you can go hike through the woods. Beautiful area. All right, we made it back out here with Debbie on Coffin's Neck Road. And Debbie, this is a private road, correct?
Yes, it is one of the best maintained private roads in Lubec.
What are the dues?
The assessments for the road are $220 a year, and that's maintaining these roads. It's plowing, sanding, grading.
This is not a homeowners association, it's just a
No,
road association.
That's right.
So nobody's
All we deal with is road issues,
road maintenance.
road maintenance.
And here's the best part. If you want to know more about this area, you need to call Debbie because she lives on Coffin's Neck Road. Just what, less than a quarter of a mile?
Oh, yeah.
From
We're
here.
just a few lots up from here. And, you know, it's a nice private road. And the beginning of the road is a right-of-way through the Cobscook Bay shores.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a nice little park at the beginning of the road.
And you got hiking trails all over this area.
Oh, yeah. There's like 3 parks within not even a mile.
Walking distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested in this beautiful lot, then give me a ring. I think is my number posted.
Number's right over here.
Okay.
And the price on this property is $99.9.
Yes.
And the taxes are just under $1,200 for the year.
Right, with 210 feet on the road and over 200 feet on the shore.
213 on the shore.
And the beauty of this lot is when you look out, it's all in conservation. So you're never going to see any other buildings other than what you might be able to see now, which I don't think there's anything you can see.
And you need more information, give us a call. Debbie's number is up here. She can have us send you off an information package on the property. And then when you want to come look at it, give her a call. Have a great day.
See ya.
Before we jump on the property, let's talk about... Did you see that bee bounce off my nose?
Sorry.
All right.